Don't forget. Buying candies part 1. I get my allowance today, I told Leon at recess. Me too, said Leon. Let's go to the store this afternoon. We'll buy some candies, I said. We went to tell Marcus about it. Come to my house after school, I said. When I went home, I got my allowance. Then Leon and Marcus arrived. We're going to buy some candies, I told my mom. She handed me a letter. Would you please mail this at the post office? She asked. Don't forget. I remember, I promised. What are you going to buy? I asked Leon and Marcus. I'm not sure yet, said Marcus. I want a chocolate bar, said Leon. I hear there are new candies that look like little skulls. I'm going to buy those, I said. Baba Yaga had skulls on the fence around her house, said Marcus. Who is Baba Yaga? I asked. I'll tell you a story about her, Marcus said. Baba Yaga, Marcus' story. Once there was a man and a woman who had 2 children, a girl and a boy. One day, the parents had to go to the market. The mother said to the girl, Elena, while we are away, take care of your brother. But be careful. The black geese of Baba Yaga were seen flying over the village, so don't go outside. Now don't forget. We'll bring you some sugar buns when we come home. Elena knew about Baba Yaga, the terrible witch of the forest. She was 8 feet tall and 8 little children. Elena stayed in the house with her baby brother. Very soon she got bored. She saw her friends outside, so she took her brother, set him down on the grass, and went to play with her friends. She forgot all about him. After some time, she remembered and came back to look for him. He was nowhere to be found. Then, far away on the horizon, Elena saw the black geese. They were carrying something. The geese had stolen her brother and were taking him to Baba Yaga's hut. I must go after him. Elena ran toward the forest where Baba Yaga lived. As she was running, Elena came to the pond. There, lying on the sand, was a fish gasping for air. Please help me, the fish called. I'm dying. Elena was in a hurry, but she stopped and put the fish back into the water. The fish popped its head out. Because you helped me, I will help you, it said. Pick up that shell by your feet. If you are ever in danger, throw it over your shoulder and it will help you. Elena picked up the shell and put it in her pocket. Then she ran on through the forest. The trees grew so close together that no light could shine through them. Finally, she came to a clearing, and there was Baba Yaga's hut. A skull fence stood around it, and the black geese were sleeping on the roof. Elena climbed up to the hut and peeked inside. Baba Yaga was asleep, snoring. Elena's brother was near her, sitting on the ground, playing with some bones. Elena crept in, grabbed her baby brother, and ran outside. But the black geese saw her. Honk, honk, they cried, and flapped their wings. They woke up Baba Yaga. She ran out and screamed, Stop, thief! Bring back my dinner! And she chased after them. Elena ran as fast as she could, but her brother was heavy. Baba Yaga was getting closer and closer. When Elena looked back, she saw Baba Yaga reached out. What could she do? She remembered the shell. She threw it over her shoulder. Instantly, a wide river appeared. Baba Yaga could not go around it. So she waded into it. But the water was deep and Baba Yaga couldn't swim. In no time at all, she drowned. Elena and her brother got home just in time. Then their parents returned and gave them some sugar buns. What's sugar bun? Leon asked. I don't know. A kind of donut, maybe, said Marcus. Why did Elena get donuts even when she caused trouble? Asked Leon. Well, luckily she was able to make things right, I said. I know a story about a girl who forgot something and had to change to fix it. It's called The Golden Arm. The Golden Arm, my story. Once there were two sisters, June and Edna. June, the older one, had a golden arm. She was very proud of it and liked it even better than her real arm. Every night, June told Edna, if something happens and I die, don't forget to bury me with my golden arm. I promise, Edna told her. When June was very old, she got sick and died. Edna buried her sister, but forgot the golden arm. It was left under the covers in June's bed. When Edna walked back from the cemetery, it started to snow and blow. Edna got home, but felt so cold that she crawled into June's bed to warm herself up. But she couldn't get warm because the golden arm was there and it was cold as ice. Outside the wind squealed, and Edna heard a voice moaning. Where's my golden arm? Edna pulled the covers overhead, but it was no use. It came from the road. Where's mine? From the porch. Golden at the door. Arm. And the voice in the wind wailed under the door. Where's my golden arm? Edna shivered, then she peeked out. It was beside her, and it jumped. You've got it. No, I don't, cried Marcus. Leon has it. We chased after each other and wrestled on the ground. I know a story about the boy who forgot something too, said Leon. It's about a big hairy monster. Well, tell us, I said. We're almost at the store. Monster Go-Go, Leon's story. There was a woman who had a son called Atu. Their cottage was among fields where no one else lived. The woman kept 4 big dogs to protect them, because at night a hairy monster Go-Go wandered the countryside. Go-Go was always hungry. He ate everything in sight, animals or people. They were all food to him. Every day the woman cooked a roast beef dinner for the dogs, and every evening she said, keep watch through the night in case Monster Go-Go comes. The dogs would wag their tails and say, sleep without fear. But one day the woman had to go to the town. I will be back tomorrow, she told Atu. Roast the meat in the oven and give the dogs their dinner. Don't forget. When his mother left, Atu put the meat in the oven. Then the dogs began to bark. Atu looked outside and saw his friends were coming over. What's the smell? What's cooking? His friends asked. Can we have a taste? It's for the dogs, said Atu. Woof, woof, said his friends, pretending to be dogs. They joked and laughed with Atu and they ate all the meat. Then they left to get home before the sun went down and Go-Go came out. The dogs came into the kitchen looking for their dinner. Atu put out the bowl with a few scraps and a bone. Is that our dinner? The dogs asked. Take it or leave. I said Atu, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. It seems we must get our dinner somewhere else, the dog said. They ran far across the fields all the way to the next farm. Atu went to sleep, but what was the sound outside? Plop, plop. Heavy feet pounded the garden path. Monster Go-Go. Atu locked the door and went to bed. Crash! The door banged open. Cling clang, the dishes fell. I had to open the attic door and climbed up into it. Soon Gogo poked his head through the opening. I had to open the attic window, climbed down to the ground, hid in a big clay pot, and pulled the lid on tight. Sniff, sniff, Gogo came around smelling the pot. Buying candies part 2. We came to the store. Can I finish my story later? Asked Leon. I need chocolate right now. We went in and looked around. Do you have candies that look like small skulls? I asked the lady in the store. No, she said, we are sold out. We'll have more next week. So I chose candies that looked like purple snakes. Leon picked a chocolate bar. Marcus bought him. Anything else? Asked the lady. That would be all, we said, and we gave her our money. Outside, we ate all our trees. Let's play ball in my house. I said to Leon and Marcus. We ran back home. My mom came outside and asked, Did you mail my letter? Letter? I looked. The letter was still in my pocket. Oh no, I forgot. I will go back, I offered. That's too late, said my mother. The post office closed now. You're supposed to help. I'll do it myself tomorrow. My mom was in a bad mood. I think we'd better go now, said Leon and Marcus, and suddenly they were gone. But I thought we said we would play ball. How could they forget?